No, the woman them dash them woman a long time.
Just make sure you put a bag on it at all times.
When you see me have my dirty money, and me I just go on my cruise and I do my things. I'm on a busy aim. I'm gonna keep my grand pitney. Cause I'm not old granny.
I know something that I know, but I can't tell anybody. When God made Adam and Eve, I'm going to always start there.
Right now my son live overseas and everything happen. Mommy, I'm going to do this. Mommy, I'm going to do that. Mommy. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't speak for me. Speak
The
for yourself.
mama.
My vagina. But experiencing it.
I wasn't prepared.
How would you feel if your child was attracted to the same sex?
Oh wow.
Good afternoon, evening, good evening, mothers. How are you doing?
Great.
Oh,
Great.
Okay, so first of all, can I get your names?
When did I start?
It's starting now. It's what do you mean?
It's start Rachel, come now.
You want the real name?
Yeah, wait, what else? Which other names, mommy?
Come the trip.
I am Trillian Douglas.
Tesora Cardinal.
Me name Rachel Zima. I need nothing else.
Where's the Wendy?
Okay. All of your models, so can I get like the age of your child and whether they're male or female?
Well, for me, I have 3 children, ages 12, 9, and 2 years old. Age 12 and the 9 are girls, and the 2-year-old is a boy.
I have a 7-year-old daughter.
I have 2 children to disclose. They are both boys and they are 12 years apart. One is 8 and you can guess the age of the
20. I have one son, he's 21 years old.
Alright, so the first question, well, our first topic is abortion. How do you guys feel about abortion as mothers?
Oh boy. It's a personal decision for me. I think that each person has a right to determine their faith because having children is like a life sentence, you know. Yeah. It's like a life sentence. So I think it's up to the individual because different circumstances may dictate whether the person have that child or not. For example, I'm totally against a child who is under 16 who is raped by a relative who wants to make the decision to not have the child to now be enforced. So it's a personal thing. I think it's a decision that a woman can make. And if the person is under 16, they can be guided.
Personally, I think it's a personal decision too. And especially in cases of rape, that should be an option, as in abortion should be an option. A child having a child, you know, I think it should be considered too in that circumstances because it's so frequent in our society where children are having so many children and the generation continues that way. These females can't take care of the children and she said earlier, it's literally like a life sentence. It's definitely a life sentence. You don't get away from that.
I believe that as an adult, if you're having consensual sex and you're not taking the requisite protection and a child comes, you should bring it. Because the Bible says we're not responsible for the life, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're doing what you're doing and you know that this might happen, you must put your frame of mind or yourself in a position to say, this might happen. If you don't want a child to happen, there are so many preventative measures that you can take.
But in the event you're
raped. No, I'm going there right now. If you get raped, if you are a child who has no control,
right.
or as a teenager, you're just coming to world and testing out something and that happen. I can understand that. Right. But I can't understand somebody's 30, having one at 30, 31, every year you have an abortion. No, sir.
Yeah.
But when it comes to responsibility, you have to be responsible in your life. Like you say, a child, I don't agree that a child must come into the world and suffer because of the parents, because you never prepare for that child properly. So you must make plans. If you're having sex with somebody, the possibility is that they might get pregnant. Are you prepared to have that child? Go use a condom, go take some contraceptive, go do something. Right. But for children who are raped and other circumstances, I can say go ahead and do an abortion.
Right.
Seeing that you guys are mothers, was it ever an option?
No.
Like, was abortion
I
a
had
part?
the option.
I had the option.
I had the option and I wanted to have the option. I wanted it so badly. Yeah, because your first pregnancy, it's unplanned for. And you're like, what the hell am I going to do other than to have an abortion? But when the reality sits in and you weigh the pros against the cons, there's family support, your education is complete. What are your options? You either swim or drown. Abortion is not a solution. I don't know what solution I'll be trying to find by aborting. Look how I'm so nice. Look how nice I mean, so
Exactly.
it is still a personal decision, but I'm glad I had that opportunity. And having weighed my pros and cons, I realized that my best decision
Was the
was to give it. Right.
Well, for me, I plan for my child.
It was never an option.
It was an option for
never
me.
an option.
I got pregnant as a teenager, so of course it was an option for me. I had my child at age 17. It so happened that I'm telling you, like, you make an appointment, everything, and it was to be done on my birthday, and I decided not to do it. And I'm glad I didn't do it because I'm so in love with my daughter. And she's literally a star, you know. I think she's the next Shelley and Fraser Price. So, you know, me molding her into that direction and she becoming, you know, her own personality. I'm glad I did not take that option. It did set me back a lot. It did. And I did not have the family support I should have had back then because, you know, the whole stigma surrounding young mothers. So I pushed on. I had my child. I've been doing it by myself from she's age 1 up to now. I've been doing it on my own. She's now 12. And I'm a proud single mother.
It was planned for.
Oh yeah, mine was planned for as well.
So the plan for case is
That's
that's not an
That's
option.
option.
I planned for my son. I ensured that if his father decided that he wasn't going to look after him at all, I had enough money to take care of him. So it was okay. Maybe time for this now.
I literally thought that my life was over. When I found out, yeah, I thought it was like the end of the world.
Oh, glad like me. Oh, God, me jump.
Me, I cried for like 1 week straight. Like non-stop tears.
I went through trauma.
Non-stop.
And I was still in university, you know. Final semester.
Wow.
There's this underlying determination now. It's like you have a renewed strength. And so it is now the driving force to succeed.
Yeah.
And when looking back now, I would never ever consider it as an option.
How would you feel if your child was attracted to the same sex?
Oh, wow.
No, alright, boys. We don't know what the boy was about.
Yeah, the boy.
The girl part one.
I think I could accept the girl part.
Yeah.
I have 2 boys. When God made Adam and Eve, and we always start there. When he made Adam and Eve, Adam have a penis and Eve have a hole. The penis was made to go in a hole.
But it's the same. But you can't even use that justification.
In that hole, it is come fit with a womb, ovaries, and eggs.
Right.
For a reason.
It's true.
Not the next hole. The one hole will come with a package. So it's a special hole to multiply.
And right, procreation. Right.
I can't see it working any other way. I would not be here. He would not be here. If the situation was the other way around, first of all, I can't fathom it. I cannot understand it. I was not cultured that way. Forgive me if I sound homophobic, but I am from the culture where we say is Adam and Eve, man to a woman, not man and man or woman to woman. I question him in terms of his associates because he's more open-minded about who he is, who he speaks to. It's a different generation and I'm accepting of that. However, the man and man thing in my house, it won't happen.
I can't fathom something like that because I'm looking forward to having my grandchildren and I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff. I'm just see, 4th Augustus I come for me.
We are so like, you know, cultured that way to protect the female more compared to the boy. The boy can tough it out or whatever. But with the females we are not. So and I think you guys can accept that we are more accepting lesbians then, or bisexual females, as compared to a male.
No, I think it's just not so obvious because women are naturally loving towards each other. They will hug, they will hold hand, and it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Men are cultured the opposite way. Men don't get so lovey-dovey and touchy-feely with men.
But
so when you see two men doing it, it does look awkward.
Word. You would not associate yourself with a gay person?
No, man, I'll talk to them.
Yeah.
Because
you're not homophobic. You're
talk to them.
Talk to them.
Discriminate.
However, what irks me is when a gay person chooses to go out of their way to over-express their gayness. To me.
Force them culture. To force them culture.
Don't over-express your gayness to me. You keep your gayness over there. That's your business. But don't cross the line.
I share the same thoughts too.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult has it been raising your children? 1 being easy and 10 being difficult.
1.
Alright. For me, I don't even know what number to give you, to be honest, because at some point it was difficult and at some point it was easy. The good thing is that I have the support of my mother, so I could leave him and go anywhere. The next thing is that his father lived overseas, so he would live with me, then he would go overseas, and because he was there for such a short space of time, his father didn't want to spend the short space of time reprimanding him. So him come back to Jamaica rotten.
Wow.
So he wanted to go live there, so he go live there now. So now his father started reprimanding him. He's 8. Him come here now, you know, really want to reprimand him, but you have to reprimand him. So it's the two household thing sometimes.
True, in the workouts.
It's very hard. And when one parent try to insist something and the next parent try to insist something else, it becomes very difficult. And they say if you love your child, you spoil your child. Trust me, not intentionally now. I grew up never having so much things. So you try and give them so much things, but guess what that does? Lack of appreciation. They don't know if to be grateful for anything. They take everything for granted because it comes to them so easy. So the teaching them those important things was very hard. They have to try and find ways to break it down, and you go to school and you say getting in trouble and you wonder if you do it, you beat her, you shout her. So there was times it was very difficult and there was times when it was easy. So I don't know if I should say if I don't know, but
it fluctuates.
Right, yeah.
I have mixed feelings with regards to the different phases as well, because between the first stages. 10 years, oh God, I had sleepless nights for the first 2 months. I mean, literally, I was so sleep deprived. The most difficult thing in life, next to probably being dead, is giving birth and having the child. I'm saying to all the young ladies out there, life nice and sweet now.
But don't.
16 to 21-year-old, I'm gonna say, be highly cautious. Because it is sleepless nights. It's difficult. And it doesn't get any easier. Because with the second child, I was so sleep deprived, I wanted to die. It was so difficult. Not getting the break to just sleep. You don't appreciate sleep.
Right.
Until you have a child. So you don't get a manual with the child. There's no book. To say this is what you do in this hour. This is how you guide them. This is what will happen. So it was new for me. So in that case, it was difficult. But it also helped to build character. So I would give it a good grade, not a low grade. For the overall experience, I would say 7 out of 10. And in the latter part, it got even more easier. Boys are the best things to have
since sliced bread.
The boys
they love their mother so much.
That's a fact.
The boy pin them nice like
rice.
One boy.
And when the boys get older, you become their best friends. Like I'm telling you everything more than how they tell their father.
The boy them sweet man.
Yeah, man. Right now my son live overseas and everything happen. Mommy, I'm gonna do this. Mommy, I'm gonna do that. Mommy. Okay.
Yeah. I must say, listen, young ladies out there, just make sure you put a bag on it at all times. You have so much more out there to live for. A child, they are great to have, but they literally put a halt on your life, especially if you're doing it by yourself. And listen, do not believe these men, okay? Do not believe them. Do not let them promise you guys anything. No, I wasn't promised. I was just a bit naive, experimenting sex and whatever, and yes, I get caught. It was so bad having my first child. It was so traumatic. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. It was a traumatic experience. Having a child young. Yeah, I'm very smart in school, scholarship child in school. Everybody know you as the nerd and everything. So when boom, you're pregnant. Oh, she can get pregnant. This, that. So I went through that peer pressure, and not only that, I was like the hope, because my mom had me at the same age. Wow. So it was like history has repeated itself. And when you have a child, you think you're big now, and you have a boyfriend and this and that. So you're not listening to your parents. I was very rebellious during that time, and I went back home, and that was it. So he has not called, like, check up on the child, nothing. So imagine.
Call Susan. Was it a Susan show?
It was really difficult because I was still a teenager, still trying to find myself, and I have not enjoyed my teenage years. Zero, like negative. I mean negative, like literally negative.
Mine is a 10.
It was good.
Oh,
awesome.
Wow. So you have a mixed
mine
group.
is a 10. 10 out of 10. My support system was amazing.
Wow.
I have the best partner. Bless yourself, baby. But it was amazing. My sister, my mother, my partner, my daughter is an amazing child. And I have no problem.
I don't think I had a problem with my son's father, because up to this baby thinks I'm the best baby father in the world.
Never struggle.
The best baby father in the world.
No, in a parenting me.
What parenting attributes do you think you've taken from your parents, and how has it affected raising your kids?
I was a sheltered child, right? So I'm not an outdoor child, I'm an indoor child. And I raised my boys to be indoor boys. So I don't have issues that parents have with their boy children. And I don't expect to have any now, because he's an adult now. You know, the boys sneak out, then go on to them friend and they get in trouble, and I never had that problem. Issues. So they have the support. I had both parents growing up with, and so my boys have us, my husband and I, who have brought them up in a similar way. Sheltered and guided, not over sheltered, because they have been given enough freedom to also become themselves.
Right.
So I'm not trying to make them into me or how I was.
Right.
But it wasn't planned either. But I find that in raising them, some of those values and disciplines came from my parents, who are still together.
Wow.
My parents are like our role models. And so I've had also beautiful experiences in my relationship, which has filtered down to the boys.
Right. I can say my mom did very well raising 3 kids. But with me in particular, I grew up in the bed. I was very sheltered in that sense, where I never used to go anywhere. So I was more of a house rat. So when I got pregnant, people were so shocked. Like, they were like, huh? When did she get to go out to do this, So that's how I grew up. I can say that my mom is a very hard worker. I would emulate her, but more of to have a better relationship with my daughter. And that is what I strive for every day with my kids.
I believe that children model your behavior and not necessarily what you tell them.
True.
And some of the things that we complain about is what we have modeled to them.
It's true.
So you reap what you sow, is what I'm saying. Because even with my parents, some of the things is after I'm doing them, I say, hold on.
Yeah, stop.
Right.
She would do the same thing. And I pinch myself and I say, where did I get that little hustling mentality? It's that I get a little hustling thing from. So they model your behavior. So it's so important that we are aware.
We try to be aware of
Of
what we're doing.
Same.
My mother she never said she loved us. She knows she loves us because of the sacrifices that she
But I
made.
think that's the generation, For them generation, they don't know how for sure love.
The sacrifices that she made, they know she loves you. So me know with my child, we hug, we kiss, we say we love each other. So you show that affection that you never get because you know better now. Because and I don't blame my mother. We grew up in a society where we sit around us. And you say, okay, I'm supposed to be a loving person, supposed to love him, so hug him, kiss him, tell him all the time. And guess what I learned? I couldn't have a conversation with my mother about anything. So I opened a channel for my child to be free to come to me about anything he wants to talk about. Mommy, we ain't tattoo why. But he comes to you with everything. I never feel open to go to my mother. Never feel open to go to my mother because she wasn't that type of person that you could have a conversation with, but you have not become that person for your child.
Right.
So those things you try and build on for your child.
Relationship.
And also I remember when I used to play netball and basketball for all of my life growing up, and my mother never came to one of my games ever. I ensured everything my son and I support him. I support him in everything he do because I know how I felt. But there's a thin line between friend and themselves and respect the parent. So some people just want to be them child friend and whatever. They have to set boundaries and make them understand.
But the reality is that life is hard. So we need to be careful that we're not growing up.
I think it needs to be flexible. There should be some flexibility to it. I think there should.
Some of these babies really cry when there's nothing to cry for.
No, I understand that.
When you see them drop, they cry the loudest.
Yeah, it's true.
As opposed to when
no man, sometimes him drop, he say, alright, don't bad, okay, not bath. It's not so hot. It's not so hot. Where you going so far? Where you going with excitement
the
for?
worst when you see it.
Exactly.
So we need to be careful.
Attention.
Some of them really cry for
And one thing that I never did was, I never beat my child in public. I try not to embarrass him in public.
Yeah.
But when you reach home, hey, hey.
And me that's what I do. So, when you're growing up, you get the eye. My kids, them know the eye.
Okay.
Every boy needs their father.
It's true.
And guess what? I said to them, as much as I'm a mother and I love him to death, I don't know how to grow a man because I'm not a man.
Yeah, the boys.
They need their father.
They need their daddy.
They
and
do.
they especially need the daddies to say the I love yous and the hugs.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Our boys are fortunate to have that. He did a video recently with his little brother. And a lot of persons gave good reviews about the fact that, you told your brother I love you, and he was hugging him. That's affection.
Yeah.
But that is how he was raised.
Yeah.
So I'm now seeing what his dad does with him. Not many men tell their boys I love you or hug them.
It's true.
So often,
It's
like
true.
2-3 times a day, men want if I'm obsessed with them or what.
Do you think that you should be put above your child's spouse?
The boy moms, they go have big issues
No,
with that.
don't speak for me.
I always see it frequently where boys put their mother over their spouse.
No, but you cannot say that because you don't know the relationship that they have.
Right now
Overall.
or later?
When you start
Right now,
family.
me good. Come here, my husband. So I'm good. No, but it's true. I'm fine. I'm a good husband. So I'm good.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know about you. You don't have to put me first. You can put she first or me first. I could not care not. I'm happy as I am. It's really him. It's choice.
Well, I know my daughter-in-law go. She have to like me, so she have to feel. She go want me on the side and side. So she not really want me there above her, she there above, but I'm good with that. But if he choose to put her above, this is not his family. So I know I'm just gonna be his relative. So but when you get married, you move on. It's a family and not relative, a transition. So I don't understand that this is not his wife, but
Girlfriend status.
you understand? So I know my son is still going to want to maybe put me a little bit above because I remember one time we were dating someone and he asked me, so if we get married, can my mother come and live with us? And she said no. I said, well, that never going nowhere.
I can't speak really, but I think about it a lot, and not only with the boy, with the girls, because I am very protective. I give my kids like everything. They are exposed, everything. I think I will want to choose for my girls.
No,
I'm expressing to you how I feel based on the fact of how protective I am at this stage.
There are people living together for years and not married. I think once a man said that this is a woman.
If I know it's common law, once I know it's a common law thing and it's serious and children are, there, I will take a step back.
Well, you see, me have my dirty money. And me I just go on my cruise and I do my things. I'm on a busy aim. I'm gonna keep my grand pitney. Because I'm not old granny.
I think the need for that level of attention, because that's all it boils down to. Who come first or second or third? It's an attention thing. If you are self-sufficient as a mother, then there is no need for that. Support your children's choice. That's why I say it comes down to the child.
But do you know that sometimes the mothers don't have no sense? It's just the children decide to put their mothers first.
Right, for whatever reason. True. It could be for several reasons.
My mother, and I share the first one in my life. I have to just know, say. Some men just decide that automatically,
Especially boys.
No, the woman them dash their woman a long time. Dash their mother a long time and go with their man.
My daughter tell me, Mommy, I'm gonna get married and move out.
What's something that you know about your child that they don't know that you know?
I know something that I know, but I can't tell anybody. I plead the fifth on that one.
Wow, that sounds good.
But that's too young for that, I guess. No.
All I can say, if I'm allowed to, is that I have I cannot make it say. I cannot say. I have another phase of it, because it's two boys. Remember, it's not one.
I kind of have an idea.
Two boys. A whole heap of cornstarch and bleach and vinegar. Listen. Forget about that thing normal. Baking soda, bleach and vinegar.
I can't even say what I know about my child. I think that's what I know.
This is so embarrassing. No?
I was surprised when I asked my child a question. I said, Mommy, what do you think?
I can just imagine.
It was traumatic to me.
But when my son told me it was traumatic to me.
Told.
It was traumatic.
Oh my God.
It's horrible. In here, hot.
Everything I know, he knows. Because we talk about everything. So if I find something, I ask him about it or anything, I talk to him about it.
So you guys have an open enough relationship?
Yeah, because I remember the time we were going to the country. I come from the country and I said, are you having sex? Yes, Mom, a long time. I said, I'm flat a week. The flat a week, but start choke. So what you say? I said, Mommy, long time. I'm so feel like I said never asked.
Whenever her first, I want to know when she's gonna have her first time. I try to have that relationship, so when it boils down to that time, because it's gonna happen, I want to know.
No, boy, I want to know, me no want to know.
Alright, so the last question is, where do babies come from?
My vagina.
Your vagina.
Came up my top.
You have sex, something is inserted, the penis is inserted.
No, not the process. Please.
I don't understand the process.
We know the process.
Where it come from? And you push it through your vagina.
Hey guys, it's your girl Rachel Zima. I just want to say, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Watch the ads, people. Promote. All the Sing Zima fans. Subscribe. Eastside.
I have an online clothing business, Millennial Woman. So you can get all your trendy pieces at Millennial Woman. Also, I do paintings, so you can follow my page, Trillian Douglas, and get your customized pieces. That's about it.
If you want to change your life,
Yes, wait, speak for everybody.
let me tell you, this is the person you need to know. Every aspect, positivity, mindset, how to make money, how to create wealth, how to build for the future, generational wealth. I know that the Zima fans are really a lot of young persons and you don't have any financial guidance. Just sit up wealthy one day and you'll be fine.
Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to get your teas. Sing merch out.